Good morning and welcome to Against the Public. It is Wednesday, September 27, 2023. Another winning night for everybody who tailed the show last night. I appreciate all the nice comments. I hope you're with us if we have an O for one night, which surely will happen at some point. But so far, so good. We'll tell you how we did exactly in a little bit. I apologize. I have landscapers at my house that seem to know exactly when I'm trying to do a video. It's been 45 minutes now, and they still can't get the grass right, apparently. We're the only segment that combs through early betting patterns by the public, tells you exactly where the money is going and where that money might be a little bit misguided. Today we go through 5 Major League Baseball games that have received the majority of the early action and explain why you need to steer clear of those betting patterns. Before we get started, I just want to once again dig into the mailbox because we get some really good comments and try to answer everybody on YouTube. Any DMs or messages on Twitter, please feel free to do that at any point. And this question is, it was asked about a pitcher and whether or not to bet teams when teams who have listed pitchers that we talk about in the show, and then all of a sudden that pitcher doesn't throw. Do we not bet the game? Do we get off the game? And the answer is no, you absolutely do nothing. And here's the reason why. It's actually an advantage. Stick with your wager. Yesterday it came up when Miles Michaelis started for the St. Louis Cardinals instead of Zach Thompson, who will get the start today. And this happened because Adam Wainwright was officially removed, and not removed, but officially, hey, that's the end of your career. He's retired at this point. He was shut down for the season. They wanted to give Michaelis one more start, so Thompson was bumped to today. And you know, honestly, veteran guys like Michaelis, they'll handle this change. It's not a big deal. The opposition will scramble for a scouting report. Not necessarily on a guy like Michaelis, but even if you have a young guy like a minor leaguer come up and you're like, oh well, I can't bet a minor leaguer. This is a perfect scenario. There's no information on this guy. Chances are this team has only seen, maybe they've seen this guy one time. It's even more of an advantage when they change pitchers. So the answer is no. Don't even if you look at his numbers and you're like, his PCL numbers are horrible. I'm going to go, I'm not betting this team. Believe me, stay with your wager. And if the number doesn't move, which we saw yesterday in St. Louis and Milwaukee, that's even better because the books are telling you no big deal on this move. We're gonna keep the number exactly where it is. And also, too, you want to look at the quality of team that's changing the pitcher. A lot of times when you look at teams like the Atlanta Braves, the Dodgers, and teams that have deep minor league systems, guys, keep it right there because these guys are seasoned and they're ready to go. It's not like the Pirates that are bringing people up from Indianapolis and crossing their fingers just to see what they got next year. These better teams, they know, and that's why their minor league system is a little bit better and much more effective when they do get called up during the course of the season. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me at Dana Lane Sports or leave them in the comment section. Before we get to our games today, I just want to remind you at Pick Dawgz, right now I got my 3 Major League Baseball selections up. You can buy them individually right now. Tampa Bay, Boston, followed by Cincinnati and Cleveland, and our get out game, Texas and the Los Angeles Angels. Get them all individually or get them for one low price of $49.99. And of course, every package comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee, which you unfortunately experienced last night. Of course, on this show, we picked 3 winners in 5 games last night, bringing our public record to 24-12, 67% winners so far on Against the Public. Not so bad. We'll try to add to that tonight. And I will say this, it was a little tricky because I had this all prepared, took my daughter to school, came home, betting patterns completely changed, which is why you're getting us a little bit late because I can't put a game up and then you go look at potential percentages and think, well, that's not right. Well, we try to keep it as up to date as possible. It was all over the place from very early in the morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to 7:30, 8 o'clock Pacific time when I came back. So let's get to the games. We'll start with the Washington Nationals versus the Baltimore Orioles. Patrick Corbin against Grayson Rodriguez. And since coming back from his first stay in Baltimore, which didn't go really well, Grayson Rodriguez has absolutely been tremendous. Has a 4-2 record, 2.66 ERA. That's in his last 12 starts. So don't look at the overall numbers because I think those numbers are going to fool you. The public is on the over 8 with 73% of the money coming in on the over. We're looking at a young pitcher who has been terrific of late against Patrick Corbin. And I know, guys, if you looked at Corbin's numbers, it is not good. But even so, I don't see the Nats scoring enough to push this game over, even if the Orioles get to Corbin. So we're going to go under the 8 in that game. Game number 2, Texas Rangers, Los Angeles Angels, Dan Dunning, Griffin Canning. Public sure loves themselves some Angels with 88% of the money coming in on the Halos. Yep, worked out last night. Congratulations. I thought they would get out of this series after getting 1+ money winner. Nah, they're back for more. This number's moved from Texas minus $1.63 to minus $1.42. It's a pretty major move. You don't see moves like that too much unless there's a pitching change. Texas, of course, is fighting for that division title. Corey Seager might be back for the Rangers in their lineup. They were smoked last night, 9-3. They still have won 6 of 7. They're going to win tonight, and they're going to make the books a lot of money. Game number 3, Oakland Athletics, Minnesota Twins, Joey Estes against Pablo Lopez. And the under is getting punished early on with this number, opening at 8.5, bet down to 7.5 with 54% of the cash. Now the ticket count is about even, which means there probably was significant cash put down on the under. I think we might catch Lopez in a look-ahead spot here. Rocco Baldelli has already said that he will start Game 1 of the postseason. And Joey Estes, of course, has an ERA that is in the stratosphere right now, almost 10, 9.64 ERA. This is his first start ever on the road, so you figure there's a little bit of nerves. We are going to take over 7.5. Dodgers in Colorado, Emmett Sheehan against Noah Davis. You have to... Man, he's 12.5. So you got to love these totals. This number opened at 12. It was bet up to 12.5. 89% of the money is on the over. I'm going to give you the same talk about 12.5 that I gave you guys about 7. 5-10 is the over record when the number is 12.5 in 2023. Now, since 2017, the over is just 37-62, 37% winners, minus 26.60 units in games involving the total at 12.5. This number is too high. I don't care who they're playing. I don't care where they're playing. I'm going to take the under minus $1.10. And finally, game number 5, Pittsburgh Pirates at the Philadelphia Phillies, Johan Oviedo against Ranger Suarez. 92% of the money is on the under, and that hasn't budged the number yet. But despite the Pirates having a decent comeback story this year, great start, really bad middle, pretty good end to the season. Oviedo's been terrific in his last 2 starts. Of course, you're going to see this kid in the rotation next year for the Pirates. He's been very good and very consistent and always takes the ball every 5th day. But he's going to give you 5 innings at best, and you're going to get in that Pirate bullpen, which has been shaky all the way up into the closer. He's also a guy that's going to give you a ton of walks, averages almost 4 or 5 walks a game, 17 in his last 4 starts. That is over 4 a game, so the Phillies will have men on base. I think the public sees a good pitching matchup here and dives on the under immediately. I would agree more if we were looking at a number of 9, but this is going to turn into an early bullpen game, and I'm going to go over the total. Okay, let's recap our games today. Washington, Baltimore under 8. Oakland, Minnesota over 7.5. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia over 8. Texas Rangers minus $1.42. Dodgers, Colorado under 12.5. Let's see if we can improve on our 24-12 record on the show. Appreciate everybody watching. Let's get some winners. That does it for Against the Public today. Before we go, remember, once again, get to pickdawgz.com. Get my 3 Major League Baseball plays up there right now, $49.99. You get all 3 picks. That's a massive discount off of the individual game price. Of course, every package comes with a win guarantee. If you fail to profit, they give you an immediate site credit so you can apply that to another capper the next day, or you can ride with me once again. Either way, make sure to get involved. I appreciate your continued support and the nice comments. Let's keep this thing going. I'm Dana Lane. All the best with your wagers this week.